The main event was Steve Austin and Paul White. And looking back, Austin gets the win in just under 10 minutes with a stunner. Now, this is on free TV. This isn't a pay-per-view. It's just on a regular Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw. Raw is War. Chat me up about this. Should this have been saved for a big pay-per-view? I mean, I think on some level, a lot of people assumed it could have been those two at WrestleMania, but that's not the case. Instead, it's just a match on free TV.
Well, you're trying to get ratings. You're trying to get people to continue to invest in a product. Did you see that picture? Put that picture back up, Bull. I swear to God, one of the left testicle of Big Show is sneaking out of his tights.
Well, I missed that. I get that off of there. Bull, what are we doing? Come on now. You're getting a little Shivani-like in your older age, Mr. Ross. You know, he's a hog watcher. Did you know he's a hog watcher?
What's that mean?
Well, it means he looks at guys' groins a lot.
Really?
Yeah, he even has a song. I'm a hog watcher. I'm a hog watcher. Watching hogs go by. Yeah, that's a real thing. That's what Shivani does.
That's Shivani, my buddy. That's my buddy.
Let's talk about something that I didn't even know about until we started doing research for this. The rumor and innuendo in the Observer is that yourself, Bruce Pritchard, and Rick Bassman were doing a casting call for women bodybuilders, powerlifters, fitness gurus, stunt women, martial arts women. You're trying to start a new show modeled after the old Glow with attractive women and bad wrestling and lots of skits. That's at least the idea that's printed in the Observer. Do you remember this being discussed?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Another one of Vince's ideas that he thought we needed to focus on. So it never got off the ground. You know, finding and hiring talent is daunting, to say the very least. And the concept of an all-female show, I mean, I was watching NXT this week, and they have a tremendous amount of content with featuring their ladies. So I guess it came to fruition to a certain degree. In as much as even women headlining WrestleMania, which no one would have predicted a generation ago, wouldn't even been on the radar. So anyway, I'm a big believer of equal opportunity. If you're a female and you're on the card in a significant way because you're booked there, I would say that you should be paid in the same ballpark as the men. It shouldn't be a huge discrepancy. So, but that's just me, and I'm not that old-fashioned, but I believe that to be true. I believe that in my heart that equal pay. That'd be like saying, well, we're going to play the black guys this and the white guys will get this much more. That don't work. That's just absolutely stupid. It's insane. So the women thing was interesting concept way before its time.
Yep.
But you know, I'd like to see a list of some of the folks that we auditioned or interviewed. That might be fun to see. Where are they now? Type thing.
The documentary Killer Sally on Netflix. Did you ever see that?
Never did.
Go out of your way to see it. It came out about 15 months ago, but it's a story of Sally McNeil, who was a bodybuilder, and she killed her husband. And when I talked to Bruce when it came out, he called me and he said, "Hey, have you seen this?" And I said, "Absolutely. Megan and I just watched it 2 days ago." And he said, "Dude, we almost hired her. I know that girl." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" I guess it had to be for this, right?
Could be. Yeah, could be.
If you're doing an open casting call for female bodybuilders. So there you go. Check out Killer Sally on Netflix. Apparently, that was almost a thing with the WWF in 1999. Let's talk about the show. We're finally here, WrestleMania 15, back at WrestleMania 14, which was the beginning of the Austin era. We did 730,000 buys. We got 800,000 buys here. So we're trending up. It got 50.2% thumbs up. And before we go any further, I want to ask, were you surprised that Dr. Death is not on this show, that he didn't get a WrestleMania moment?
No,
Okay.
no, not at all. Vince just didn't have the confidence in Doc. You know, Doc getting hurt, all this stuff. It's just, I was trying to do an old friend a favor. I thought if I could get one match out of Dr. Death at Stone Cold, it would draw us big money. I believe that. And we never got there. So, no, Doc was, and it didn't surprise me at all. It just didn't. He wasn't there. He wasn't ready for it. And the administration didn't have confidence in him.
Let's talk a little bit about what you wrote in your book, because let's remind everybody you've been off commentary. It's Michael Cole's job now. You had that bout with Bell's palsy. They tried to turn you heel. And then, as you wrote in your book, you got a phone call. Hey, pal, make sure you bring your tux to Philly. Vince tells you that a week before WrestleMania 15, the main event is going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. Man, when you hear you're back calling the main event at WrestleMania, how excited are you?
All is right with the world. All is right with the world, Conrad, on that illustration. There's another reason you don't quit. It's another reason you don't give up the fight. It's another reason you don't unsaddle your horse and put it in the barn and call it a career. That's how I look at it. I use every simplistic metaphor I can, but that's kind of where I'm at right now with that. So, yeah, that was a surprise. I didn't ask too many questions. You're not bringing me down there to be an usher because I got a nice suit. So I was happy for the heads up and happy to do any assignment that I was assigned, because I especially that main event. You know, I signed both those guys. They're both friends of mine. They're both valued talents. It was good for me to call their match, for me and for them, because they knew that I was going to have an emotional attachment to their presentation. And I wonder today if announcers still make that emotional attachment to the majority of their matches. I don't know how you could, to be honest with you, but Austin and Rock were different situation. So I'm really, that was a very, I'm sure the next call when I hung the phone up, I called Jan and said, hey, look, we're going to Philly. It was a week later. She's got to get close to her. So anyway, I was very blessed to get that call.